Welcome to Two Gents, where two seasoned gents take on the hard truths of life, success, and responsibility. In a world where the rules don't bend for us, these gents believe in doing the work, owning the struggle, and inspiring others to take action. So, pull up a chair.
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to Two Gents Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Ron Spikes. Byron Glass is on his way in. Pastor Riggins is on his way in. And I guess that we out here by ourselves right now. And I got two lovely ladies on the air. I got Miss Kitchens. Miss Kitchen, I just got introduced to. And you know, by some people's standard, this is the other person, Rihanna. She's been a part of it since day one. Rihanna, if you cut on your mic, I want to talk to you for a minute and allow our other hosts to come on if you don't mind.
Hello.
Hey, I understand that you decided to join us for a little bit today, and I really, really appreciate it. I got Miss Kitchens on with us. Miss Kitchen, let me just get her name, Janet.
Only one of me.
Okay, I just want to say Janet. We got Janet on today, and we're gonna have a great show. And with everything that's going on in the world, Rihanna, I got to do this, y'all. I want to set this up. One of my hosts, he did this earlier, and then when he was on the show, and I just want to set it up like this. Then we're gonna go right directly into the conversation. I need y'all to just kind of stay with me because this thing is
100% disappointed in the Democratic Party, which is exactly why 10 or some odd years ago I chose to get out of the party. No backbone, no spine, no leader. Chuck Schumer, you need to go tomorrow. If they could get rid of you tonight, they should. You cannot have a balanced quorum of Democrats. You got 8 individuals who have been whining for 40 days about something, and you agreed to something, and you never got what you was whining for. What I don't understand is this. They can say what they want to say. Trump wiped the floor with them. Trump beat them. Trump became successful. He defeated you guys because you did not have a backbone and you did not have a spine. So what's going to happen is this, is maybe between now and November, you might be able to redeem yourself with some, but you'll never be able to redeem yourself with me. Ron, I'm disgusted.
That's one of our hosts, Byron Glass. We did a show Saturday, and that was one of the things that I think it was Saturday, the night that they came out with the decision that the Senate went along with everybody else, except their party, except the people that voted them into office. Pastor A.F. Riggins, you see somebody out there that you recognize?
No.
You don't?
Rihanna.
Hey there.
Hey, long time. What, 2000?
No, good to see you.
18 or something?
I think so, probably.
Yes. Hey, glad
Good to
have
see
back on,
you.
Rihanna.
Thank you so much.
You do all our shows and everything.
I need to step back in. Ron's trying to drag me back in.
Okay, glad to have you back.
Thank you so much. Good to see you.
She's only on for a little while tonight, Pastor. I had to beg her.
Well, I mean, she doesn't have a camera up, but I do. She's out there.
Yeah. Pastor, we also have say hi to Miss Janet Kitchen.
Hi, Miss Kitchen.
Hello.
I don't think we've met before.
Yeah.
No. How are you?
She's one of Positively D's friends.
All right, okay.
Yeah, so we bringing her in, and she's a founder of. I'm gonna let her go first, Pastor, and then I'm gonna bring you in. I see your little hat. I like your hat.
Yeah, I know. I see you and Baron be wearing hats. I thought I'd wear my hat today.
Okay. I got you. Miss Kitchen, how are you doing? Tell us a little bit about yourself and what your organization does, and then we're gonna get into this.
Oh, okay. My name is Janet Kitchen. I'm the founder and the executive director of Positively You. It's an organization that was founded in 2009. For us, by us, for people living with HIV, by people living with HIV. Began to grow my nonprofit. Right now, I have 4 locations. I have a medical clinic. I have a social service where we feed unhoused individuals every day of the week. And then we have another section in Tampa where we do feeding. And we have a pharmacy program as well as 3 doctors that works for us.
Wow, that's exciting. But we're here to talk about politics tonight.
Right. Well, it affects me as a nonprofit.
Man, and it's important for you to get your money, right?
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, Pastor Riggins, come on and come in for a little bit. And you know me, I'm gonna jump in when I get ready, because we didn't have you on Saturday.
Yeah, I didn't come on Saturday. Yeah.
Busy.
Yeah.
Businessman.
Yeah. Here's the situation. The Senate Democrats blinked. They blinked. They jumped off the chessboard and went onto the checkers board. Yet Angus, who's independent, was really driving this. He'd been driving them and voting all the while to open up the government. And he convinced those other 7 Democrats to join with him. And Schumer, just like Nancy Pelosi, Schumer should have been gone. Because the older you get, I'm not against him because of his age, I'm not discriminating because of that. But the longer you're there in the Senate and you become used to the business as usual, you lose your edge. Mm-hmm. You don't have enough of like being on the cutting edge to say, okay, I'm gonna take a risk. Schumer didn't want to take the risk of the government staying closed. They started thinking about this whole fight about, I think they misunderstood Ketanji Jackson's move. Ketanji Jackson sent it back to the appeals court on purpose. So the appeals court told Trump, you got to fund the full SNAP. When they saw her make that move, and they're thinking, then SNAP might not be funded, and these people are hungry, but the states already was starting to fund this stuff. So that became an excuse for them to stop the shutdown based on worrying about the SNAP benefits. And you cut off your nose to spite your face. Mm-hmm. Because the whole problem is healthcare. Now, the Senate is promising to have a healthcare vote, but guess what? When that vote comes around, guess what's going to happen? Without any leverage, without anything to hold them back, the vote not going to pass. And they're not going to get the 60 votes. It's not going to happen.
Pastor, now I just feel like they just got played.
Yeah.
They got played. Janet, I see you shaking your head, Rihanna. I'm gonna give it to Janet and let Janet give us her thoughts, and then Rihanna, you can come in right behind Janet because I know you got to go.
So I agree with you. I was watching on TV when they got up there and they started speaking. These are the senators defending why they decided to turn code on the party. They got played because, again, like you said, sir, the whole vote and the whole back was because of health care. They knew that if they did the SNAP program, that it would really pull heartstrings. And I just told you we feed people every day, so I understand that. But the Democratic Party lost their leverage. There is no more leverage because the government can shut down again on January 25th if they get enough votes. But it sounds like we got 8 people that's not going to come back on our side.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to come back. I think now that I also think they were promised something for their states. I think there was a promise there, and I think they wanted to bring everything back for the holiday. I feel bad what happened, but I think we really, if you're going to be Billy Badass, you really need to go all the way with it. That's my opinion.
You know what? I agree with you on part of what you say, because here's the deal. If a group of people, and Pastor Riggins, I'm going down your alleyway, if a group of people that's got money and they can get 6 people on either side of the party to change the situation, these PACs and the extra money that's coming in the government, they have persuasion over those people. So I kind of partially agree with you. Rihanna, I'm going to hold my fire till you get through. and I'm asking you to come in and give your opinion.
Well, first of all, I'm a little sick, so I apologize for my voice.
Mhm.
I have to say, this is so much of the things that we've all repeated over and over and over again for years. Democrats never learn. Republicans are successful because no matter how disgusting they get, they all follow suit. No problem. One of them takes their hood off. They're all taking their hood off now.
Mhm.
I mean, they always succeed because they stick together no matter how foul, no matter how vile, no matter how despicable, no matter how low, they will all follow. You know who's not following? The Jewish space laser lady, Marjorie Taylor Greene, when she's making sense and 8 Democrats are voting against health care, kicking 15 million Americans off health care. As Bernie Sanders pointed out, when 15 million are kicked off their health care, 50,000 Americans will die unnecessarily, period. And that's the choice that they made. They thought this was a good idea. When the Freedom Caucus rode into town on their nonsense about we gotta tighten the belt strings, and we gotta run America like we run our households and quit spending money. Of course, that was a lie, but that's what they claimed, and they started these government shutdowns when President Obama was in office. They never wavered. They never backed down. Never. And they knew their whole party would support them no matter how ridiculous they got. And here we are. The Democrats can follow Angus King, independent and turncoat, or they could follow Bernie Sanders, who over and over and over again has been correct and has been on the side of the American people. When people say Democrats have lost touch and they don't speak to the people they represent anymore, this is what they're talking about. You can't look at hungry people, look at people who are going to lose their health care and say, well, this was worth it, I guess. No, it wasn't. You're on not only on the checkerboard, you're pooping all over the checkerboard while Donald Trump eats your golden chess pieces. It's
Mm.
crazy.
Mm. You're right, Rihanna. I'm gonna let Pastor Riggins respond to that one, and then I'm gonna jump in because I'm gonna jump in right behind him.
Hey, here's the deal. What Rihanna said and what Miss Janet said is true. What happened is that no other shutdown included that SNAP benefits would not be paid. They were not ready for Donald Trump to do something that's criminal, because it's really criminal, because the law has already been passed by Congress that even during the shutdown, just like they get paid their salaries, all government benefits like SNAP should have been going through. Mm-hmm. Now, the process was it had to go through the court systems. If they would have waited about maybe 5 more days for the courts to make Donald Trump pay these benefits, we still would be in the shutdown.
That's it.
Blinked.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Right. They blink because, see, he does crazy things and says, okay, take me to court. Mm-hmm. And they don't know how to deal with somebody who plays outside of the rules of how things are supposed to be. Mm-hmm. That's the whole problem with it. They don't know how to deal with Donald Trump, and he knows that. He knows that.
They're afraid of Donald Trump.
He went to Washington Commanders game, and I'm gonna let Ron talk. He went to Washington Commanders game because he wants a new stadium to be named after him, right? Mm. So he thinks if he shows up and shows his face, that he can try to convince something. Magic Johnson and all the owners, they're not gonna let him stadium be named after him. Magic Johnson, one of the owners of the Washington Commanders. I'm just throwing it in there. Man, they booed him and put the middle finger up so bad.
Yep.
It was ridiculous. That's
beautiful.
Anecdotally telling you that just like at the ballot box, that we're against him. We're against him in public. Democrats are in a see those.
Wait, Pastor, I gotta stop you right there because you got Chuck Schumer, He ain't against the
No,
Republic.
they're in the bubble. You see what I'm about to say.
Okay.
By them being in the bubble, I mean, everyday Democrats like you and I, or independents like you and I in the streets. But those up there in the bubble, not even paying attention.
Yes.
They're so busy trying to, and let me tell you one more thing and I quit. One of the secret things that's in this bill is that they want a nationwide ban on THC.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Texas tried to do it and Governor Abbott said, no, we're not going to do this. But in this bill, they throw it in there. So I hope at the House, in the reconciliation at the House, that this be one of the sticking points, a couple of sticking points, they still have a chance in the House to try to block this bill from getting passed. But the main thing is, whether they pass or don't pass, now with the House open, Epstein files about to come out. And my friends, it's worse. That's why the DOJ and everybody's saying, listen, prepare yourself. We told you it wasn't bad. It's real bad.
Yeah.
Naked girls sitting on his lap, teenage girls sitting on his lap, and even worse.
Yeah.
It's about to come out. Now, will the nation turn against him? Will it be like the moment when Watergate broke and Nixon had to run? We don't know. But people love their children. I don't care what, if you're red or blue, if you're conservative or liberal, if you're Democratic, people love their children. That's why Martin Taylor Greene and them are going after this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they'll put J.D. Vance up there and run him. Let the Heritage Foundation run him if Donald Trump is out of that. They in other words, just saying, listen, we can still run somebody if we got to get this clown out of here. We're gonna see.
Absolutely. Janet, do you want to comment, either you or Rihanna?
No, I want to hear what you have to say. You sound like you got a ball of fire.
Oh, man. Hey, calm down. See, Janet, this is your first time on the show.
But I listen in every week.
Sometimes, huh?
I listen in every week. Detail.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
I do.
There's people out there listening, Pastor.
I am.
We touch one. We say we only touch one. That's all we need to do. And here's the thing. I want to call off a couple of things, and then I'm going to get y'all comments on each one of them. The first Court of Appeals was already going to change or release the SNAP benefits because they considered that illegal. You know, the Democrats are so weak. And here's an example of a weak Democrat, because we just had it. And then it happens. Then they turn around and they stand up for something right after they did this. And we get behind them and we go to the polls and and vote. But we got a very short memory. Charlie Kirk basically pissed everybody off. How our party voted, how our party leaders voted. They came back and redeemed themselves. We talked about it on this radio constantly. That wasn't right. Higher than that, I'm going to say it, Pastor, I'm going to try to keep it A and B tonight. But, a man that stood for nothing but for a certain group of people. And they voted. One of them I could understand because, he was the other way. But the one that was in the House, and I came back and even on the show, I say, hey, Akeem Jeffries is all right with me because he cleaned up his act. He got it straight, and he stood on his toes for something that came up after then. And I said, okay. When there's something of substance on the table, as Democrats, why do we have to feel like we're standing in the freeway and the Republicans are going 100 miles an hour just waiting to run over us? That's what I feel when anything of substance come up before these people. I feel like we're just innocent victims, and we already know that they're going to run over us. But what happened this weekend even shocked me. That vote shocked me because, and I'm gonna say the reason. I'm gonna say it like this: I knew they were out there, but I just didn't think they would turn coat and run and vote against their people that's out there. If you look at where most of those people came from, they don't have a lot of constituents that look like them.
Yeah.
Or they look like them. Let me tell you, they look like them, and they have money. So it's not the ones that's poor that's suffering. So I don't even know why most of them voted that way.
Right.
I really don't, because if you look at
They're
their
not up for re-election. They're not up for re-election.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're totally
It
safe.
shows you that conspiracy theory that I was talking about earlier, where the money is out there, and
Yeah.
they're able to take a certain group of people, and they can sway the government any kind of way that they want to go by the money that they got and how much they pay. And just like Janet said earlier, I want to see their bank accounts in about 2 or 3 weeks. I
Yeah.
want to see their records in about 2 or 3 weeks. I hope they're willing to release them, because somebody's getting some money somewhere. So that's part of what I want to say. That's 5 of the things I want to say. I got 12 I'm gonna say before this night is over. But if y'all feel free to hash up whatever I said. I might have just told a bunch of lies.
I'll go. I don't. I think you're on the point. I was shocked too, because had they just waited a little bit longer, we would have gotten it. Yeah, I've been a Democrat all my life, but I'm just surprised about. And I'm from New York, so I know about Trump. I mean, what he's doing is nothing new now. He just has more power. He wants everything named after him. I think a lot of people think that he really was a businessman. He's a con artist.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how they don't see that now. To think that when they said we just vote and we can talk later, one thing that he does is he always shows his hand. He's not a real good poker player. He's always saying something, and then after he wind up exactly what he said he was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
The whole idea about just release the government and the shutdown, and then we'll talk. He exactly got what he wanted. He got exactly what he wanted, because that's what they wind up doing. Do I think they have money? I agree. I'm surprised of Kane, that's from Virginia. He like, all of my government workers. You don't have that many government workers in Virginia as opposed to the district and the other parts of the DMV. I'm just shocked that he even was part of that wild eight or whatever we want to call him. I do think it's about money, and they should have held out. I never realized that Democrats have been this weak. I probably would never say it out loud, but now I'm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go ahead and say it.
Yeah.
You're independent too.
Yeah, I'm ready to sit there, but I just wonder because, like Rihanna said, they just don't have any backbone. They just don't have a backbone. People did suffer, absolutely, but there is no gain unless you have a struggle. There is no gain unless you have a struggle, and you need to know that I'm so strong. You can keep pushing up against me. I'm going to still stand tall. I just can't believe they gave in that much, and it's kind of sad to me, really, because what's going to happen in January? The credits are going to happen. It's going to happen. We're going to lose.
Yeah.
We're going to lose what we have.
Hey, by the way, Rihanna, Miss Janet, Positive D said to tell you hello.
Okay.
And then she says that you have to keep saying it, what you're saying.
Okay. She and I have big debates all the time. Yeah.
Well, here's the deal. I would rather they would have given up their salary in solidarity what's going on instead of changing the vote. See, all the Congress was getting paid, right? If you're worried about your people suffering, then give up your salary.
Yep.
And stand with them until we break it. Don't say, oh, we're going to break the thing and get their salaries back. They're going to get their salary back no matter what. But if you had to hold out a little bit longer, give up your salary in solidarity with them until we can get what we needed. They went about it the wrong way.
That's such a good point. That's the thing when I said what I said about Democrats. I'm a Democrat too, lifelong Democrat. And, that's just sort of like in the family, we can talk about how weak we are. But it's true. And the thing about it is, have we not yet learned that you cannot, if you have the upper hand on this creature and his, spawn or whatever, you have to hold it. So if you're gonna play politics, at least play it well. Give up that salary. Point out that, Mike Johnson is an able-bodied man who's not working but expecting to get paid by the government. go with it and use the political theatrics that Republicans are so good at. Use it because you're using it for good. But Democrats don't seem to ever quite get that message and do it and take it all the way. And, that's how we run this huge risk of people are able to say, well, it's two sides of the same coin. No, we're not. There is no comparison between Republicans and Democrats, period. However, when this sort of thing happens, it makes it easy for that talking point to continue being perpetuated.
Yep.
And, it makes it true. It's not, but it makes it true in the eyes of people who are going to vote and who may be first time voters and who may be motivated to get up off the couch and go vote against weak politicians. And I have to say this too. I'm really happy Nancy Pelosi is retiring. To me, that does signal, I have to point out, some silver lining because the news is just always horrible right now. Here's what I see as the silver lining. I see hope in the fact that I raised my children and I know what kind of leaders they're going to be. So I see hope in that. And I see hope in Nancy Pelosi's retirement because it signals to me that the old guard is passing the torch because AOC is standing up loud and proud. Crockett is standing up loud and proud. And I believe that they're ushering in the new progressive people who are going to carry us out of this mess. So there's the silver lining from me.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And here's something I want to add. I don't want y'all to get too far and have amnesia because I need y'all to see who. Let me see if I can.
Hey, Rihanna says hello to you. Positive D says hello to you, Rihanna.
Hello, Positive D. I love you.
She says she's glad to hear your voice.
These are the people. These are the people that supported the bill. You see something consistent up there?
Yeah.
You see something consistent up there? Look.
Yeah.
You know who makes them look like a I want to say a fool, a damn fool. But some of y'all didn't know how I talk. Like a damn fool. Rand Paul.
Right.
Yes.
Now these people in the same party. He came out of his party to vote with them, to vote against the bill. And how are we making sense of this? Right. Just help me. I need help because sometimes I think that we talk here, but we try to educate too. We want you to make your own decisions. Help me understand this, panel, please.
Let me say so. I think a lot of people talked about, and it is unfortunate that those that were in the shutdown were not going to get paid. But there still has to be struggle before we get ahead. I mean, there always has to be there has to be a fight and there has to be a struggle. Again, I do sympathize with those that didn't get paid. I don't know why they had to write in the bill that they were going to be compensated or reimbursed or whatever word they use. They have to. I mean, after the shutdown, that's his job. He has to pay them. So there was no that he's not going to pay him. So everyone feels like, the bill says that he'll make sure that they'll pay him and not fire them. Well, the president really should not be firing us. I mean, I was a federal worker. You have to have a reason to fire someone. So all of that was talk and about, we have people that are using SNAP and they don't really deserve it. But I didn't understand that analogy because then why are you fighting so hard for SNAP? Because again, if we had just waited a few more days, it would have passed and they would have gotten it. They would have gotten it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it was already in the court system. Pastor, I see you out there, so I know you want to come in on this.
Let me say something. When she says look and see what bank accounts or where the money's coming from, I'm starting to think about one of the things I was concerned about was all these airlines cutting back in travel. So maybe some of the lobbyists from the airlines got involved.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you see. And some of the money they might be in some of their bank accounts might be coming from some of these airlines. Even if the airlines using a third party, to be the one to do it. Because remember, they was cutting back flights by 40% in some places.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, look at that too, man. Let me tell you, we say we're a democracy, but really we're a capitalist country. We say we're a democracy. We hide behind democracy. It's like we go to Iraq. We're going to free the Iraqis, but no, we're going to get the oil, which we never got. We're going to this country to go do such and such in the name of freedom, but we go there for another reason. Same way here. When money start talking, everybody else start, moving around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally believe that it had a lot to do with the holidays, with the airline. And you hit it on the head. I didn't say that outright, but you're absolutely right. Because Thanksgiving starts the largest spending or travel day throughout the year. I think Christmas is behind it, but Thanksgiving is it. Because, they have the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, through the weekend, besides spending in stores and all of that. But the airlines was in shambles. I'm in Orlando, Florida. So I was at one of the major airlines where we were affected. And I said, anybody, if they're coming here, I don't know what's going to happen. But if we had held out, but I agree that the airlines probably said, you have to do something because we're losing money. The air traffic controllers are not coming in. We're not flying. We need to make our money. And I absolutely agree. Number one, it was the airlines.
Yeah.
Somebody was giving up some money. Somebody gave up some money somewhere, somehow, in some way. Because I'm going to tell you, one of the things I heard today, none of these people are hurting for money. Now, that second to the last, the second from your right-hand side, the second to the last guy, somebody made a comment today, and I'm going to just repeat it. They said he might not be thinking too straight after his incident. So,
Fetterman.
Yeah, so you can kind of forgive him. But the rest of them, there's something wrong with them. There's something wrong with them. Maybe I'm looking at them, they kind of old. Maybe they just want their kids to come home safe for the holidays, like y'all just mentioned. They want to make sure the airlines were safe, because I can't think of no other reason that they would even do that. As I listen to them,
accomplishing their goals, and there was there was zero likelihood that it was going to. In terms of standing up to Donald Trump, the shutdown actually gave him more power. Exhibit A being what he's done with SNAP and SNAP benefits across the country. Oh, by the way, Joe, you're going to love this. Guess who's getting paid during the shutdown? Not the park rangers or air traffic controllers. The ICE agents. Under special law, under that big, awful bill that they passed last summer, the ICE agents are being paid. Nobody else is. So standing up to Donald Trump didn't work. It actually gave him more power. And then secondly, and I've been a big supporter of the ACA, the idea of forcing the Republicans to the table to negotiate on that issue by virtue of a shutdown didn't work. It's now the longest shutdown in American history, and there was no prospect that it was going to work.
Do y'all believe that?
No.
You see Schumer?
Huh?
Put that picture up there with Trump behind Schumer again.
Oh.
I want that to slide through, Pastor. I want you to let that slide through.
I want to see it for the third time.
Let's go come back up, Pastor, but I ain't gonna bring it up.
A picture is worth 1,000 words.
Pastor, you serious? I'm gonna find the original picture.
That's the foolishness you're dealing with.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know that's the way America feels. And I saw that.
$80, $425 for some people premium. $80 for somebody, $425 because you bent over and let Donald Trump mess you up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He got it again.
And he's grinning while he's doing it.
Wow.
I just want to tell y'all, it's a different world that we live in.
Look like they're in the prison. Let me leave that alone.
Oh, okay, Pastor. Let it go, Pastor. I just want to.
I have a question. Do you think Schumer should leave?
Yeah.
Yes.
He should have been gone.
Schumer
Yes.
should have been gone.
Today.
Who should go in there? I don't have anybody in mind. Who do you think should take it over?
Anybody that could stand up and talk, that can breathe oxygen.
I don't know if Kane kind of disappointed me this time.
I know.
Absolutely.
I know.
He's been a good guy to go in there. Let me think of somebody else that needs to go in there. If she would have stayed in the Senate, but you know that's not here or there. Kamala Harris would have took over eventually. Your boy from New Jersey,
Hakeem
Booker,
Booker, Cory Booker.
Cory Booker.
Hmm.
Cory Booker. You know, they don't want him, but they need him. They don't want him, but they need him. If we're going to radically change the Democratic way of doing things in the Senate, see, the Senate's supposed to be civil while the House is a ruckus. That's been the whole thing from the beginning. You know, I'm a history teacher. So from the beginning, the reason why they got the Senate, because the small states wanted as much representation as the larger states in the beginning. So to have two people from every state kind of gave them a balance when another state might have, California might have 54, 55 congressmen, while Maine might have 3, but then in the Senate, they both got 2. So the Senate's supposed to always be like the gentleman's club. Gentlewoman now, gentlewoman club, and gentlewoman's club. But you need somebody to stir some stuff up. Cory Booker can stir things up. He's not going to get out of decorum. He's not going to be out of order, but he's going to hold their feet to the fire. That's what they need, Cory Booker.
Well, Positively D disagree with you. So come on, Rihanna. I just want to say that.
Why not, Positive D? Why not?
D, we got a telephone number you can call in and participate. I know you got Janet in your stead, but you can call in and participate. Janet, come on.
I know Rihanna was getting ready to speak, but I mean, I know I have a lot of friends in Jersey. Do we like Cory? I respected him when he was up there with the filibuster and he broke the records. Of course, I'm always going to cheer on for him as a Northerner and as a Black man that did that. I hear him say cute little words. I see a little bit, but I don't see a lot. I think the people in Newark don't love him as much as people are saying. I don't have anything against him. I just don't think he's the right person.
Who is the right person, Janet? Who is?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking y'all. I started that. Don't try to trick me.
No, I'm serious. I mean, we need more leaders. That's why Chuck Schumer is still there, because nobody's stepping up.
You're right. You're right. And I know. I'm trying to think. I don't know.
Well, we should quit getting rid of
Dick
our
Durbin can't do
own.
it. Sorry.
Right. No. We should quit getting rid of our own progressive people. Senator Al Franken would have been amazing, in my opinion.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But of course, look what happened to him, because Democrats don't have a backbone and decided that, they needed to get out ahead of a bogus allegation when we have a pedophile running the country.
You're right. You got to come back. Trump came back.
Exactly. He should come back. But in lieu of that, I see your point about Cory Booker. And, I think Cory Booker could fill that role really nicely. I can't envision who else would be the right person, but I can tell you Schumer just has to go. He just reminds me, and I don't generally see Democrats in this light, but when I see the moves he makes, I do see the point that some people on the right have. And it's just a feeling I get. I get that icky feeling, and I don't normally get that about any Democrats, even the icky ones. But he's been there so long, he knows how to play the game, and he still plays it as if he's playing it with honest brokers on the other side, and he knows he's not. So to me, that's as dishonest as it gets too.
This is what I'm thinking about Schumer. You'll watch a bunch of movies about the mobsters. Most of them out in New York and stuff like that.
Yes.
And when the guy walks in the room, he already knows he's defeated. So he walks into the room and tries to see what can I leave and save my head, or take at least half of what I got. That's how Schumer operates.
Yes.
Now, Positive D, the reason why Cory talks too much, let me tell you why he talks too much. As an African-American male, I can tell you why. When you're sitting and there's just a few of us that's being represented, then we have to, just like you have to try that much harder, run that much faster, or go that much farther, he has to be that much louder to be recognized organize and to make a move. So you might say he talks too much, but he has to keep talking, or otherwise he's just a number over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know how it feels. I mean, I've been the first. I born in 1968. I've been the first African American to graduate in my hometown from the high school. That everybody went to school from first grade to 12th grade. So I know what it feels like. Been the first, African American to show up at a city and to have a college degree and want to work at certain places, and they say you can't have it, you can't do it. First African American male teacher in the Brenham School District in the classroom. Come on, in 1998. Come on. So I know what it means to where you have to sometimes get that much more attention. Hey, look at me. Hey, I got something to say. I'm valuable. Listen, hear my voice. That's what I think courage is trying to do.
Wow.
Well, you know what? Go ahead, Brianna.
No, you please.
Oh, what I was going to say is I can follow you, Pastor. I'm from New York, and I remember when Al Sharpton started. This is the big Al Sharpton, and they were like, "Oh, he got a big mouth. All he does is talk. He's all talk." But when someone got in trouble or their family was slaughtered or slain, and without justice, they called him.
That's right.
So your words kind of resonate when you say that, because everybody talked about Al Sharpton, but they called him when they got in trouble. Now his big mouth rightfully got him where he is today, and the most respected person there is. And if anyone gets in trouble, same thing with Crumpy is his name.
Bill Crump.
Another loudmouth, so one would say. But if we got in trouble, who would we call? We'd probably call the two of them. So the louder you are, it doesn't matter. I mean, as a Black woman too, a lot of places, especially now running a large business, sometimes I have to get loud because I have to be heard. And sometimes I'm quiet, but when I'm quiet, I think that's when it's dangerous. So I follow what you're saying. Sorry.
Yeah, right. I've been accused of talking too much sometimes. And they're like, why are you talking so much? Even by your own people. Sometimes your own people are like, you're trying to say too much. I'm like, well, no. If I don't say it, who's gonna say it?
Right.
They don't want us to talk. They want us to be quiet. They want us to sit back and say, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, master. No, I'm not gonna say yes, sir, master. Even if I'm talking loud and wrong, at least I'm talking.
Exactly. Not to be quiet.
Yes.
As Byron Glass always say, you got to have a seat at the table. You got to have a seat at the table in order to talk. And when you get there, if you're just gonna sit there and fold your hands on your lap and wait till they say the prayer, you might as well just not even show up. So I agree with both with all that with everything that y'all saying. I put this up on the screen, but what's missing from here? I mean,
healthcare.
Ain't that the reason why we shut down? Ain't that the main reason why we shut down?
They have a verbal promise that the vote is coming. Now, I believe I believe John Thune is not lying, but let me tell you what: when that vote comes, there's no leverage. They will have a vote on it, I believe.
Exactly.
Right.
But they won't have any leverage, and so the vote won't pass. Why?
Right.
Because we don't know if those 8 are going to be on our side.
Right.
Right. Probably nobody, because Schumer's whip is on the other side. So what does that tell you?
Yep.
Schumer's whip is on the other side. Voted against it. I'm at a loss. I mean, I never seen this country operate like it's operating now. Now, Brianna, if you remember, and Pastor Riggins, when we was on the show before, we was talking about how dysfunctional the Republicans was. I'm telling you, the tables have turned. I don't know what happened. I don't know how we got there, but the tables have turned now. We're outside.
Well, here's what happened. They were so dysfunctional is how Donald Trump got in there, right? Remember how he mocked them up through the primaries?
Yes.
We have tried to match their energy the wrong way.
Exactly.
Yep.
Right.
We've tried to look like them, act like them, and we're not. That's not who we are.
Right.
We should stay who we are. We should stay who we were. Now, some of his personalities. I mean, like Kamala Harris, she wanted to play it so close to the vest. She should have let it all hang out. Like I heard somebody say the other day, if Michelle Obama would have ran, we know who she is. She let all us good, bad, and ugly hang out there. We could
Yeah.
trust her.
Yeah.
What you call her was seemed like she was hiding something. Nobody couldn't trust her. You see? So then now the Democrats are sitting here and we want to try to play ball by their rules. We should have kept our own rules.
Yes.
And our own personalities the way we wanted to be run, not trying to match who Donald Trump is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You know, it's sad that we didn't get what we wanted, but I got to add
The
this.
lower
to the
cost,
stage.
but Republicans fought us every
2 days
step of the
before.
way. We gave Republicans not one, not two, but 3 chances this year to extend the ACA premium tax credits. Republicans said no every time. On Friday, we offered Republicans a compromise, a proposal that would extend the ACA tax credits for a year and open up the government at the same time. They once again said no. And when they said no on our compromise, they showed that they are against any health care reform.
Pastor, I'm going to comment on that. I'm going to tell each one of y'all comment on that. I'll be right back.
They should have held the line right there.
That's right.
Right there with 1 year, they should have held the line right there.
Yep. Because here he is talking and it means nothing.
Yeah.
Nobody hears him. Nobody hears him. If he were saying these words and had not voted the way they did and the government were still shut down, everybody's listening. But right now, it doesn't mean anything. He's just blah, 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 blah. It means nothing.
I have a question. Do you think that Schumer actually knew what was going on if they were caucusing and meeting behind closed doors? Do you think he had no inkling? Do you think he was just surprised?
No.
No, let me tell you what I believe. And I mean, no harm personally. How old is Schumer? 80 what?
Yeah, I think like 81.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. At a certain age, you need term limits.
Yes.
Because you're sitting there worrying about looking at one thing, probably, we stuck up here, we can't go home. I'm tired. He's probably working some back deals about some other stuff that's beyond this. Meanwhile, they're meeting behind his back and he ain't paying attention.
Yep.
He's come back reporting to him what's going on. And then when it gets out of hand, he can't reel it back in. I mean, I'm not a discriminatory against people of age.
No.
At a certain point, I know at a certain point, at 57 years old, it's some stuff that I need to write down notes now. If I'm 87 or 84 years old, hey, look, the game is getting away from me.
Yeah.
I need to go do something else besides this.
Well, and not to mention, if I leave town, to go care for a sick relative, for example, and I'm gone for a month and my kids are little, look at all that I miss. I don't know what's going on the day to day. I don't know the routine.
Yeah.
These people, the longer they are living in this bubble,
Yes.
the less they know about their constituents. They have to go by anecdotal, stories that they hear secondhand and data that they get and the lobbyists that fill their ears every day. They're not talking, they're not speaking from the experience that they had when they were home every day, when they were living a life every day in their hometown. It's just, you lose something when you're in a bubble. And you lose touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I run an organization and I'm like you, Pastor. I write down everything. I'm a little bit older than you. So I write down everything because I know I'm going to forget because so much is going on. And I can say that I may be concentrated on one area of the organization. Something else may be going on. Not something, maybe. It does because you can't keep your eye on everything. And I've learned to be smart enough to hire people younger than me and people smarter than me so that they can help me and lift me up. If I just thought that I was a one all be all, then we're not going to go anywhere. We're not going to go anywhere. You do need to step aside or if you're the figurehead, somebody else strong needs to be behind you. You just have to have it that way.
Yeah.
You can't do it yourself.
And can I
Absolutely.
just quickly interrupt and let everybody know I do have to run
Yeah.
now, but I have enjoyed everybody tonight. Thank you so much for having me on.
Nice
Rihanna,
being with
Rihanna,
you.
don't
Yes,
make it a
sir.
long time before you come back, Rihanna.
No, I won't. I won't. I'll be
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah, thank
Brianna, it was nice having you on. I'm gonna give you a quick exit. I'm not gonna
Thank you
say
so
nothing.
much.
I'm gonna let
All
you go
right.
because I know I appreciate you coming on.
No problem. Bye, everybody. Nice to
Bye
meet you, ma'am.
bye.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Yeah.
You know, we come on every Tuesday night, and it's about that time. We're going to try to give people a chance to call in 832-856-5964. I want to say something. My brother is missing tonight. One of our co-hosts is missing tonight. He's probably out working. He's always busy. We know that. But he was so hot the other night when we first came on. I just had to let him. He got in a zone. And Pastor, I don't know if you might have heard the tail end of it. But this is Byron Glass. I want to play it again because I need to get it out there because people feel like he does. And I
Good
know I do.
afternoon, Brian.
Let me get Chuck Schumer off the stage because he capitulated more in that conversation.
you.
I just had to stop him. But that was 2 days before anything ever happened. So I just want to tell y'all, I don't. That's the reason why I get so confused with politics because you can say something.
100% disappointed in the Democratic Party, which is exactly why 10 or some odd years ago I chose to get out of the party. No backbone, no spine, no leader. Chuck Schumer, you need to go tomorrow. If they could get rid of you tonight, they should. You cannot have a balanced quorum of Democrats. You got 8 individuals who have been whining for 40 days about something, and you agreed to something, and you never got what you was whining for. What I don't understand is this. They can say what they want to say. Trump wiped the floor with them. Trump beat them.
Trump is sitting like a king in this picture, and I found that on the internet. He got his daughter on one side of him. He got his son on the other side of him. And Pastor, that just kind of goes to show you what we've been talking about. We're not the only one that sees what's going on, Pastor.
Yes, sir.
And it's sad. It's sad. And that's what Glass is talking about. I never want to forget what Glass is saying right now, because when I heard him say it that night, I had to go back and add and dress it up just a little bit and show what he was talking about. So people can, they say we understand language, but I don't think so sometimes. I think we have to have pictures with it sometimes, Janet.
Yeah.
Became successful. He defeated you guys because you did not have a backbone and you did not have a spine. So what's going to happen is this, is maybe between now and November, you might be able to redeem yourself with some, but you'll never be able to redeem.
I want y'all to look at that. Democracy isn't given. It is what we do daily to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way we're gonna keep this democracy going. If we can't keep this democracy going, we might as well stop doing this show. We might as well stop talking about politics. We might as well just give in and let the Trump family run the nation and just give him a crown and his kids make them princes and princesses, because they basically taking over everything. Anything that's happening in the government has something to do with his family member. And I said that last week, and I'm gonna say it again. What did his son-in-law have to negotiate in Gaza? The reason why he went over there, other than trying to get some money out of there.
No, son-in-law's a Jew. You know that?
What did you say? I didn't hear you.
Son-in-law is a Jew.
Oh yeah. He is a Jew.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Jew.
Oh, yeah.
So he went to represent Israel.
Exactly. Yeah, he's
Right.
yeah.
He's a Jew. As a matter of fact, his daughter's converted to Judaism for Christianity. last year.
Well, I have another hypothesis. They went over there to survey the land so that they can start building a Trump enterprise.
That too. That
He
too.
said that a while back. I said in the beginning, this man is a bad poker player. Everything he's going to do, he says it already.
Yeah.
He says it. And he's like, oh, I forgot what he said. It was, I think it was the State of the Address to the Union, State of the Union, when he said, oh, that land is pretty good. That would be a really good vacation spot or
You're right.
something like that. Yeah, he already said that. I believe he went there to survey it under the pretense, maybe also helping Israel with his son, of course, being a Jew. But he's going there, and I bet you he's going to, because if you think about it, it's like the ocean front, and it's something that he can bring because he loves to see his name. He loves.
You're right. You go in, negotiate for Israel,
right,
and all terms come back with Hamas and Palestinians lose everything in the name of politics, and then the backside of it is the United States get the land
detected in the front yard,
and then they build the condos out there with his name on it and the casinos and everything.
So what y'all saying? He gonna go build a Mar-a-Lago over there.
Atlantic City, like he did,
and all those crushed buildings gonna have grass on top of them, and the people on the outside the Mar-a-Lago estates or whatever he has is gonna be suffering just like they are right now, and it's just sad. And Israel won't go drop no bombs on this golf course or his hotel there. They won't do that now. That won't be in the plan because that mess him up. But his kids are turning into billionaires as we speak.
It's called colonization.
Exactly. Yeah, they're going to try.
American lands, they take the Palestinian land.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I want to jump real quick because we're coming up on time. And again, the number is 832-856-5964. If you want to call in, you're welcome to call in. We had problems with it last time, but I think I got it worked out again, Pastor Riggins. 90 million people didn't vote in the last election. 90 million people.
Or half of them were purged. But go ahead.
That's true. But with the numbers being what they are, we're not here to try to discourage you from voting because we need everybody to go to the polls in November. And here's the thing. I want to do this before I go any further. I thought with the election cycle that we just had, that we was going to be able to run into November with all this ammunition.
Yeah.
I thought we was going to be able to go somewhere with this. Do anybody feel like I did? Like it's over?
No, I'm not giving up.
I'm asking neither one of y'all.
I have to. I'm not going to give up because we just can't give up. We didn't give up until slavery was over. We can't give up. But I'm like you. I'm like, after what we went through last Tuesday, it gave me such hope. It gave me a lot of hope. But I'm not giving up. I'm not going to give up.
Let me tell you what's going to happen. First of all, the good thing, the silver lining of this is all those Democrats that voted, they're not for re-election. So they're not on the ballot. So all those battleground states, all those states in which we swept last Tuesday, they're still going to be hot trying to put new people in there and trying to make a change. Mm-hmm. But if anything, it might spark us be more upset to get out there and say, listen, we got to make sure we have enough of Democrats so when 8 of them turn, it don't matter no more.
Yeah.
We got to take the Senate back. We got to take the House back. So that might be the silver lining to it because none of them are up for vote election. You know what I'm saying, Ron?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard you. I understand. And that's the sad part about it because they didn't gain nothing and you can't vote them out. And right now that's real sad because I wish it was a way we could impeach them. I really do.
But they did the Constitution. They constitutionally did. See, impeachment means you breaking the law, you breaking the. They did everything by the Constitution. It's just they made the wrong.
They broke the morale of the people in this country, Pastor. I know you can't. You can't do anything about that, but we did seem like we had something, as you said the week before last. We was pressing on the gas, Pastor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Here's what I
stepping on the gas, Pastor, and all of a sudden we stepped on the brake.
True.
They did. So what they need to do is we need people that's grassroots need to put down their names, put down their election dates, and make sure we make them pay for it. Let me say it
Pastor,
again.
they stepped on the gas and they hit the brake. Go ahead, Janet. Come on.
No, I'm saying I'm with it. I got a grant for a legislative director. That's exactly what we do. We are gathering people. We are grassroots. We are in the street. We're not only doing that, but we're educating about the civics and how it works, because some people have lost hope. Those 9 million or 7 million that sat on the couch, we're trying to tell them. They're like, "Oh, my vote don't count." I say, if your vote didn't count, they wouldn't be doing everything to take it from you. They wouldn't be doing everything to take it from you. And here's why it counts. So I'm doing my part.
Absolutely. Pastor, you recognize that name? Mike D. from the Lone Star High Steppers. Let me just say, ex-Lone Star High Steppers. Go ahead and read it, Pastor.
Mike Deshaun Moore Sr., we have to take those of us who see what's going on and pull together and stand strong. This is not our fight. These people are in place. Blacks have been for years.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Mike D, thanks for chiming in. I'm glad you're out there. We haven't heard from you in a while, but I know you're working, taking care of family. Yeah. And I understand you got some big boys to feed because he got some football players out there. So I just want to tell you, and they big. They
so
are
that
big.
means that slowly but surely, Ron, it taken, we came back on last year sometime. We're gathering in the forces we used to have back in the day.
Absolutely. Janet, we can make you a part of it. If you can afford to take an hour and a half away from your time during the week, we're going to try to make you a part of it.
I don't mind. I don't mind. If I can, I definitely will. I need it. My schedule is busy. Let me know, and I'll be glad to be part of it.
7:30 Central Time.
Mike
you have to stay on all the time.
I'm my own personal political analyst, so I don't mind.
Mike said boys are in college now.
They're huge. I see them on Facebook. That's one thing about it. Facebook allows you to see the kids and when they're out there. So I just want to say this. We talk about this every week. We've been going about this probably about 10 years now all together. And Brianna was in here. We got people like Janet that come on board. We got Pastor Riggins that have been there for almost since the beginning. We was talking about this, and Glass was right. We was talking about this, Pastor, during Obama times. We were out there. So I'm just telling you that we've been out here doing it for a while. And one thing about it, and I'm gonna bring you to the table. Great show. Thank you, D. You was a part of it too. Because D
that's my sister.
Janet, if you read her book, she talks about a guy that had to motivate her to come into doing what she's doing.
Yes.
And it was a lot of begging. It was a lot of pleading. But she came on and she hasn't stopped since then. She's dedicated to the cause. But anyway, I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna go into these let me see what else. It was something else I had. Something else I had up here. Here, you get a voice. You get a voice. You can make a comment. You can call in. We're not like the national media, because I tried to call in today on my favorite other show, Urban View, Pastor.
Yeah.
And they had so many callers calling in, I couldn't even get in. But here's what I would say.
You tried to get into Karen Hunter today?
No, not Karen Hunter. I didn't try to get into Karen Hunter because Karen was busy today. She was going different ways. But I tried to get on. I tried to get on their morning show because they were talking about the same thing that we were talking about. They had a guy that was on there. If you listen to it, you'll understand what I'm saying. He said, my wife feels different about this shutdown because she's in the military.
Okay.
I want to come on, and my comment would have been, if you ever been in the military, your wife's health benefits continue to go. Your health benefits continue to go. If we don't save the people's health benefits that rates may go up, that's gonna make a difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
While your wife being in the military, is she retire in the military, or she get out in the military, or whatever? She can go in the Cobra or whatever's out there because she's not in the military anymore. But every time your wife gets sick in the military, she can go on sick call. I know it because I've been there.
Yeah.
And spouses can go to the same places that they can. So maybe I'm not saying that you didn't that you said it to make us think that you didn't understand, but I think that you said it and you didn't think nobody heard you, because they have TRICARE out there that you as a spouse can go to and get benefits. So I just want to say this, Pastor. I got one more thing I'm gonna add to the stage.
Funded and federal work.
No, that's not what I want to add. I got to remove something. I'm not that smart, Karen. I haven't got that smart yet. I'm trying to get there. I've been working at it for a
See
while.
paychecks once again. But before the government can reopen, the bill will still have to pass through the House, and then President Trump has to sign it into law, and that process is expected to take days.
Pastor.
Yes, sir.
That's the question I want you to clarify.
All right. So now the bill goes back to the House.
Mm-hmm.
They have to do what you call reconciliation. The House says, look at their bill they'll pass, look at the bill the Senate passed, and put them both together and agree upon it. So something like that TAC, it might be thrown out. You know, something maybe they get enough of them Democrats, Akeem, get enough of people to say, listen, we're not going to do the healthcare subsidies. We're not going to pass it unless we get the healthcare vote in it, and they have to go back. So it's still a slim chance. I said 10%, 15% chance that they can hold them up for that. But one of the biggest things I think is going to make it go over right now is they want to get past this bill with the House open. They want to get to the Epstein files. They got over 100. They have over 100 Republicans trying to get to the Epstein files along with the Democrats, including Martin Taylor Greene. So I don't know.
Yeah, I understand. Jenny, I see you got your finger up.
Yeah, I'm be with it because before I came on, I wanted to make sure I didn't say anything incorrect, because you don't ever want to give out incorrect information. I thought the president signed it because I understand it had to go back to the House, but then I thought it had to go to the president to sign to be law. I don't know if reconciliation had to be done now because it has nothing to do with money per se. Am I wrong on that?
No, it has a lot to do with money. That's what the whole thing's about.
I agree with it because it was.
No, I don't mean. When I say reconciliation, I don't mean. I mean that the bill that, in other words, whatever the Senate passed, the House had to make sure that their bill says the same thing.
Right. Absolutely.
For the pass. Mm-hmm. Now, I use the word reconciliation. I'm not talking about it per se for the.
So reconcile.
Right.
Okay. Gotcha.
But I'm talking about for it to be whatever the Senate passed, the House's bill has to look just like that, and then Trump has to sign it.
Okay, I thought it was signed. I don't know. I tried to
pull it. It's not signed. The House hasn't voted yet.
Okay, I didn't know they were back yet because I know they were away for 55 days or something.
No, I think they go back in the session tomorrow. Because remember, Mike Johnson trying to hold out a session as long as he can, because once he go in session, he has to swear that girl in, that the new lady that won in, and they're gonna have the votes to go open the Epstein file, and he's been trying to block.
Yeah. I have a question. I don't know if there's time. We understand that this woman has been voted in by the people.
Yeah.
What does the swearing in seals her who she is? She is who she is. I mean, why does the swearing in make it official?
Because parliamentary rules of, parliamentary Robert Rules of Order and all that.
Yeah, I do.
So to be able to actually vote on the floor, you can't vote on the floor unless you were sworn in official congresswoman or congressman.
But she's been voted in by the people. There's no other.
I understand that, but they're using the technicality.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
The moment it opens up,
they got
the House, she'll be sworn in either by him or by a judge, because she's already voted in by the people. But as long as he kept the House closed, he couldn't. Then nobody could say, "Okay, we have a quorum that she has to be part of."
Okay.
He never want to open the quorum. He never wants to get the gavel, open up the quorum, when she be part of it.
Got you. Okay. Because everyone kept saying the swearing in. If she never swore in, she was voted in by the people, but the house wasn't open for her to go into the chamber. So
right.
I follow you. I follow
you. Kept the house closed the whole time.
Right. Okay.
So
the
shutdown was working for his favor anyway. Even though they was blaming on the Democrats, he was liking the shutdown because he's trying to buy more time. But now the DOJ looked in that time period and said, okay, what should we do? Okay, let's start leaking out that, listen, when this does happen, it's going to be bad. We're trying to soften it. That's why the first time, whenever they first came out about it, they all of a sudden Trump used to say how healthy he was, right? All of a sudden he got sick for 6 days. You couldn't find him. All of a sudden he want to show how fat his ankles are. Want to show blood on his hands. He's doing like the Weinstein thing.
He's getting prepared, huh?
Weinstein come in the wheelchair and act like he's blind and sick because now he's on trial. Right. They're trying to say, oh, Trump is such a he couldn't do all that. Look how sick he is.
Yeah.
Go ahead and read Mike D's comment if you would.
He said, my grandpa spoke of this to me when I was 10, 11 years old. It's now happening. I've learned to earn myself, and family and like-minded friends have begun to do the same. He said, grandfather warned about all this stuff happening. Just like my grandfather did in the 80s. Follow the money. It's always about money and who's going to get it. That's right.
Well, so we've been fighting a long time. We knew how to go without having food in the house. We knew we could go ask people. And I'm gonna say it, and I'm probably gonna get in trouble. I done lost people, but I don't care. That's what churches are for. That's what fraternities are for. That's what sororities are for. You got them 501(c)(3)s where you're supposed to go out and help the community. You put on all that regalia and memorabilia and I don't want to call no specific colors. I almost said it, but you put on all them colors with all them Greek alphabets on it. When we have time, when we have trouble, you're responsible. You're supposed to go out and do what you do. You're supposed to practice what you took a pledge. Let me just say that again. Some people gonna get it, some people not. You're supposed to practice what you took a pledge for. And I'm holding you accountable for that. And I just want to say that don't hit me up. But Mike D's father was a pastor. Pastor Riggins is here. But if you need something, the church should be stepping up right now. Am I wrong, Pastor?
Yeah, Mike's saying some churches won't even help now because of the fear of the government.
Yeah.
And see what happened is that he's right about the fact that Donald Trump is acting like if you don't have his brand of Christianity, he's gonna take away your 501(c)(3). If you're not white, evangelical, halfway racist, and if you jump in and try to help out these people like he's telling them states and telling the grocery stores, send out memos, do not give discount prices right now. That's what they were doing.
Yeah, you're
so
right.
Who's? I gotta ask the question. If he's telling everybody to do that, then he knows that the country is suffering, and then the Democrats go and capitulate.
Yeah, yeah.
Help me understand that. I need an answer. I can't understand it. I really can't.
No, I agree.
Like I said,
I'm a fighter.
the 8 people that capitulated had nothing to lose.
True.
They had nothing to lose. Like
I
said,
comment from Glenn Farrows, Megan's exactly. Well, Glenn, I hope you're listening to the show because that's all I can say is I'm glad you're a listener. I did put it out there that we take all comments. Everybody gets a voice out here, so that's part of it.
What did he say?
I'm gonna bring it back up, but Pastor, we're gonna have to ignore the picture.
What is it? What is it?
Glenn Scenarios Leggings, exactly.
What's wrong with the picture? I can't really tell that.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Well,
okay, one more. We're gonna take this one, and then we're gonna.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled to prove it did not exist. Yeah.
I know Pastor tie that back to the Bible.
Well, what he's saying is that the devil tried to act like he had nothing to do with it. First thing he did in the garden, come appear like a serpent. And then when Adam and Eve got in trouble, he wasn't nowhere around. Except God said to him what was going to happen to him. Well, like, it ain't me. I didn't do anything. It's y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So same thing now. Trump said, what I'm doing, name me. He been partying the whole time. They had the big Gatsby party. They had another party Sunday night. He been partying the whole time.
Playing golf.
Oh yeah.
I hope people remember that when he started talking about when they get ready to impeach him, if it ever comes after this thing. I hope they remember that, because he's gonna say I'm sick, I can't go to prison, I can't do this,
Right.
I can't do that, and I was the ex-president of the United States, but he was partying through all of this. You seen the little dance that he did?
Yeah.
Like my mama used to say, y'all better not get in trouble. They throw y'all, put y'all up under the jailhouse. Then they put him up under the jailhouse.
Yeah. You know, one of the things that throughout this whole thing that we've been talking about, you know, Republicans wanted the way out too. You know, some of this, they was hoping that the Democrats held out, because it gave them a break. It gave them, some of them probably would have came over, but we just turned around and gave it up. We gave it up. So we didn't even offer the Republicans, the few that was out there that may have wanted to come as time went on over to support us. Now they got to make up 8. If they come out there and stand by themselves now, they just lost.
Yeah, it's already passed in the Senate, so they ain't going back to the Senate. It's got to pass the House.
But by giving up, you gave up so much.
Yeah.
You gave up so much. And that's the part that gets me. When you give up so much, your expectations go down. And I listened to all the shows around America today, and I heard people were disappointed. They were upset. They didn't think that they should have gave in. It was just a different America.
Now, these 8 people think that maybe within a few 2 or 3 weeks that we're gonna have a vote on the ACA, and they're gonna be able to try to make it pass. I don't think so. They don't have the leverage.
What word are they taking it from, Pastor? Say it. 34 convictions. Come on, Pastor. I want you to say it, because
John Thune, who's the president, the majority leader of the Senate, is saying it. I kind of trust him, but Donald Trump, like you said, the 34 convicted felon is gonna have him by the neck and tell him not to do it. But he hasn't been listening to Trump anyway, though, because remember Trump been wanting him to kill the filibuster and go straight nuclear, and he ain't been listening to Trump on that. He hasn't been listening to Trump on that either.
None of it. Janet, what say you? Let me just use that. I some people would get that. What say you, Janet? I heard you earlier. You ain't gonna get away with it.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to think of which question you're asking, and just the whole thing
about it all, everything that we've been talking about. We're coming up on about. We're gonna get out of here soon. We got Pastor Riggins doing his thing, and we're gonna get out of here. So I'm gonna say it again. What say you about anything that we've been talking about? We putting up closing arguments right now.
So the closing arguments are: we have been bamboozled, the Democratic Party. They are weak, and they need to get some strength. The leverage that we have, they gave away. They no longer have the leverage they have. I don't know if they'll get it back. And my fear out of all of this is that we're going to lose that whole ACA. Donald Trump had the opportunity when John McCain gave that thumbs down. He had the 4 years that he was in office, the years that Biden was in office, and the 1 year he has now, that he should have made a difference if he could. And it appears that he wasn't smart enough to make that difference. So if he really was that smart, he could have done that. I think we're going to have a long, long fight. My problem, or my prayer is that Americans don't forget. Why do I think they won't forget? Because he's going to do something stupid again. And he's going to do something to kind of refresh our memories so that we will know that we cannot trust him. I didn't trust him, but to bring the blue wave back.
Mm-hmm. Jenny, I want to ask you one question, then I'm gonna give it to Pastor Riggins, and then we're gonna get out of here, Pastor. I know it's time to go, but I just have to ask you one question. Janet, how did you feel when Trump put up that billboard about those little boys that had did that rape in New York City. And since you were from that area and in New York at that time, how did you feel?
Disgusted. Not only that, he put in an ad in the New York Post, I think it was, for a reward or something like that. I was disgusted.
$1 million.
The actually where it happened, one of the young men lived in this tall building, the Schomburg building. You know, everyone, I may or may not know who Schomburg is. It was sad for us. The pit of my stomach. And I think the most disgusting part of it is they did not let those young boys' mother go in the courtroom. They said that they were, of course, loud Black women or whatever, and their mother had to sit outside the courtroom, and someone had to keep coming back and forth and relaying to the mothers of what they said. And the mothers and the family pretty much were, life was in jeopardy because of that billboard he did. I was disgusted. That's what I was. And I will not forget it. And when he was deciding to run for president, everybody thought he was a businessman. He's a shyster, he's a charlatan, and he's a con artist. And he has no soul, none, no soul at all.
And so that's who they put the hands of the possibility of bringing the health care back.
Yeah.
They put it in that party. They got the House, the Senate, and the presidency. And you put it in his hand. Pastor, Pastor.
Listen here. We're living in perilous times every time I say this. Last and evil days. But God is still in control. And guess what? Faith without works is dead. We got to do the work. Baron Glass keeps saying November 2026 is what we got to make the stop at.
Yeah.
And Positive D says he's a car salesman. He can't be trusted. He's a used car salesman.
Right.
I'm talking about the ones on them kind of lots where they have in-house banking with 300% interest.
Yeah.
With a bunch of flags around them, huh?
Yeah.
Let's go real fast.
So much lemons. Anyway,
this is a one driver car. One owner car, and you're gonna love it all the way till you drive it off that lot, and it's gonna go clunk clunk.
Yeah,
and that's what he has done to America. Pastor, it's that time.
Yes, sir.
I'm putting the last words in your mouth. I'll do my little part after you get through. Janet, it's been a pleasure having you on. Again, don't make this your last time. I'm sorry that you didn't get the chance to meet Byron Glass, but I'm sure he would have enjoyed it as much as I did. As much as I did, and as much as Pastor Riggins did, we enjoy these shows. And I was upset when we did our last show. Me and Byron was totally upset. Yeah. So, Pastor, I'm gonna give it to you. You do your thing. I see your double-breasted coat with your little hat on. You looking kind of.
I came ready for Baron Glass. I don't know.
What's that? Give me a word, Janet. For what Pastor looking like? Debonair?
Dapper.
Special?
Dapper. I didn't say Dapper Don.
Oh no! Don't put Don in there. I want nothing Don. Nothing
okay,
Don.
Dapper. Let's say Dapper.
Yeah. Don is close to Donald Trump. No Don.
Yeah, no Don.
No Don.
No Don.
All right, come on. I got my hat off. And I know Byron somewhere, if he's listening, he got his deuces up. Yeah. And it's that time.
Yeah, we take the hat off because we're praying. Nice to meet you, Miss Janet. I hope it's not the last time you come on. Positive D, thank you for your support and all you're doing also. We are here every week trying to make a change. We want to impact our community, our city, and our world. And that's why we do what we do. We know God is in control. We know we got a lot of work to do. Was it Fannie Mae? What's her name? She says we could pray all we need. Pray all we need. Fannie Lou Hamer said we could pray all we need to do. We got to get out there and do some work. We need to vote. We need to get other people to vote. We need to politic. We need to conversate. We need to persuade folk. We need to participate in all we can. And Father, we thank you for the opportunity to have the energy, to have the ability, to have the wisdom, to have the knowledge, and your revelation. Even I may say, we have the anointing that goes past a Sunday morning to reach our people any day of the week for positive change. We leave this platform, but not your presence. In the name of Jesus, I pray. Amen.
Amen.
You know, Pastor, look what Mike D said at the bottom of the screen.
No. Don't say it that way. Don't say it that way, brother. I keep on living. I don't want to say it that way. I don't like when they can tell that.
One last time. One
help or something like that. But I don't say it that way.
Okay.
I know. But tell me that. I get that a lot. I'm like, no, I don't say it that way.
Janet, Pastor Riggins is a educator within the school, so he has to get up mighty early in the morning.
I understand.
So
I'm a late
he
night.
volunteers. This is a volunteer thing. We all volunteer our times. We've been doing it for about 10 years. It's been maybe about 10 of us at one time volunteering our time to continue to do this because we have to get the word out. We have to make a change. And the only way that a change comes about is that we have to come together as a group. We look at those other shows and they may not give the everyday Joe a voice. But here, if you come on and you make a comment or do anything, you're going to get a voice. You may not like what we're saying. We allow you to disagree. But most of all, we try to educate so you can go out and get your own understanding. With that being said, I want to say thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. I always say thank you, God, but I'm saying thank you, Jesus, tonight. You notice that, Pastor?
Yes, sir.
And thank you, Jesus, because you have to go to Jesus to get where?
To get to the Father.
Amen. So anyway, I enjoyed myself. Y'all take care. Good night. And it was fun. Positively D, Mike D. Excellent.
Thank you so much.
I'm sorry, I'll cut you off, Janet. Come on, say what you like.
Thank you for the invitation. I enjoyed myself, and I'll be
you
back.
Invited back next week, don't you?
I don't think I sound like I don't have a choice.
Well, you do. You always do. But we appreciate you coming on. Thank you, everybody that was commenting out there. Anybody that's listening in, we really appreciate you. If you want to call in. Oh, Pastor, before I go, one last thing. Guess who called in when me and Byron was out there?
Who?
Dale Summers.
Oh, man. Dale Summers and I got to talking on inboxing, and one of his good friends, I grew up at one street in front of him. A good pastor friend, my dad's pastor friend in Toomey, Louisiana.
Wow. And the real reason why that's important, because he used to write articles in various newspapers, and they got picked up in the national media and in the Ebony magazine.
Man,
and all of the old enough to know Ebony magazine.
He just had a birthday too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I just want to tell y'all that we had a chance to talk to Dale Summers. He's been commenting on the show, participating in the show in the comments, but he's never called in. So if you want to go back and listen to Dale Summers, go back to the last show that we did, and it's there. With that being said, I've said this about 10 times, haven't I, Janet? Have you been counting?
Almost.
Good night, everybody.
The preacher closes. The preacher closes. We close 3 times. You didn't close more than we close.
But Pastor, I didn't ask for no money. I didn't pass the offering plate.
That's the last thing I do.
All right.
I don't. If you come by,
I'll take care.
Matter of fact, I'll leave and go back in my office and let them handle that because I'm not trying to beg for no money.
Pastor, you're not driving your Rolls Royce up to the front of the church saying, "Look at me." I'm sorry, I'm going a whole nother direction. Y'all be good. Bye.
No, sir.